In the ancient lands of Israel, under the reign of King Saul, the skies were darkened by the ominous clouds of impending war. The Philistines, fierce and numerous, had gathered their forces against Israel, setting the stage for a battle that would decide the fate of the kingdom. King Saul, once chosen by God to lead his people, now stood at the precipice of despair, battling not only a formidable enemy, but also the demons within his own heart. As dawn broke over the rocky hills of Gilboa, the Israelites found themselves facing a vastly superior Philistine army. Saul's heart was heavy, not only with the weight of leadership, but with the realization of the divine spirit's departure from him. In his desperation for guidance, he had sought out a medium, testing the boundaries of God's commandments, but the answers he received only deepened his gloom. The battle commenced with relentless fury. Arrows rained down, and the clashing of swords echoed through the valleys. Saul, alongside his 3 sons, Jonathan, Abinadab, and Malchishua, stood valiantly against the tide of their enemies. Jonathan, Saul's eldest and most beloved son, fought with the valor of a lion, his loyalty to his father and his God unshaken by the chaos around him. Yet, as the day wore on, the relentless Philistines pressed harder. The ground grew slick with the blood of warriors, and the air was filled with the cries of the dying. One by one, Saul's sons fell beside him, brave and true until their last breath. Saul watched helplessly as Jonathan, the most promising of them all, succumbed to the invaders' swords. Overwhelmed with grief and hopelessness, Saul knew defeat was inevitable. Wounded and unable to rally his scattered troops, he faced the end of his reign and his dynasty. Refusing to be captured alive and humiliated by his enemies, Saul made a final, harrowing decision. He fell on his own sword, ending his life to escape the shame of defeat. As the dusk settled over Mount Gilboa, the kingdom of Israel was left without its king and his heirs. The news of Saul and his son's death spread like wildfire through the land, leaving the people in mourning. The reign of Saul had ended in tragedy, marking a turning point in the history of Israel and paving the way for new leadership under David, the shepherd boy who had once soothed Saul's troubled spirit with his music. The tragic tale of Saul and his son's demise serves as a somber reminder of the consequences of losing one's faith and favor with the divine. It is a story etched in the annals of time, a chapter in the eternal struggle between light and darkness, faith and despair, reminding us all of the fragility of power and the enduring need for humility before the divine will.